There's been a lot of concerning activity taking place in Eastern Europe in the last few years, namely a migrant crisis fueled by Belarusian aggression, followed by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. With these alarming events taking place on Lithuania's borders, or in Lithuania's backyard, one might ask, is Lithuania actually safe to visit or move to? Well, let's take a look at this question in today's video. In the first half of this video, we'll take a look at day-to-day life in Lithuania. In the second half, we'll look at the larger regional picture. So first off, living anywhere in Lithuania is generally quite safe. From my own personal experience, living in Vilnius is very safe, even more so than many North American cities. In the couple of years that I've lived here, I've walked through most Vilnius neighborhoods and have never felt unsafe, even in the middle of the night. Taking public transport is safe at all times of the day as well. There are occasional instances where a drunk or mentally ill person will board the bus. This might cause feelings of insecurity, but rarely do these individuals cause harm. If this happens when you're riding the bus, I would recommend moving towards the driver or closer to other people. But let's go beyond my own personal experience. A US State Department report notes that residential thefts and vehicle break-ins can happen from time to time, adding that most violent encounters occur between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., involving individuals who are alone and/or inebriated. The report adds that Lithuanian drivers can be aggressive, Lithuania has dark and snowy winters which can make for challenging road conditions, falling ice from buildings can be a substantial problem in the winter and spring, and that slippery roads and sidewalks can also be a problem. For the most accurate figures on reported crimes in Lithuania, you can check the government's website mapping criminal offenses across the country. This incredibly useful tool allows you to visualize crimes anywhere in Lithuania based on whatever date range and location you want, right down to the individual neighborhoods and types of offenses. I'll definitely include a link to this useful website in the description. Zooming out, let's now look at the regional safety and security situation for Lithuania. Lithuania is not just a part of the European Union, but it's also a part of the NATO military alliance. While none of Lithuania's non-NATO neighbors pose an immediate military risk to the country, Lithuania has been a target of Belarusian aggression in recent months. In 2021, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko was accused of trying to destabilize the EU by funneling migrants to the borders of Lithuania, Latvia, and Poland. Months earlier, Belarus also forced down a Ryanair jet flying from Athens to Vilnius in order to arrest an opposition journalist. While somewhat alarming, neither of these incidents should be seen as direct threats to visitors of Lithuania. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has raised concern among Lithuanians. Under Soviet occupation from 1940 to 1990, Lithuanians are worried that the country is a future target for Russian President Vladimir Putin. As a result, Lithuanians have been closely watching and fiercely protesting Russia and its actions in Ukraine. The big difference between Lithuania and Ukraine, however, is Lithuania's status as a NATO member. A NATO agreement on collective defense means that an attack against one ally is considered an attack against all allies. This offers a reasonable sense of security to Lithuania, which would expect assistance from other NATO members and their larger militaries, should Russian or Belarusian aggression reach its borders. One final thing worth mentioning is the sad and unfortunate risk of nuclear radiation in the event of an attack or accident outside of Lithuania's borders. Whether it's a bomb or a meltdown at a nuclear power plant, Lithuania's proximity might mean that it is affected by such disasters. The closest perceived risk has been at Belarus's Astravyets nuclear power plant. Located just 50 kilometers from Vilnius, Lithuania has been concerned about the safety of this plant, but so far things have been okay. If you're still here and watching, congratulations and thank you. From everything I covered, it should be clear that everyday life in Lithuania is quite safe, and actually safer than many larger cities in Europe and North America. The bigger situation in Eastern Europe, however, is a whole other topic that continues to change and develop. As it stands, Lithuania is quite secure as a member of the NATO alliance. Regardless of the regional situation, Lithuania remains a beautiful and peaceful country and a place worth coming to. But considering all the information presented, would you consider Lithuania a safe place to visit or move to? Let me know by leaving a comment. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.